The UFC is headed to Baku, Azerbaijan for the first time in company's history, and we've got a pretty decent fight card. A very interesting main event with a couple of top 5 light heavyweights. A very fun co-main event that will determine if Rafael Fiziev still has it or if he's on the decline. My name is Angelo. This is We Want Picks, and I'm going to give you my bets for UFC Baku. Before we jump into the bets, let's take a look at some of the betting history. The safety parlay did lose at UFC Atlanta. Not only did it lose, it went down in flames with both legs fizzling up. Just absolutely sauteed. Both the legs of that parlay were done. They were cooked. There was no chance of survival. But that's okay, because if we zoom out, we were just on a 6-event win streak. A 6-event win streak. We hit 8 of the last 10 safety parlays. That's 80%. I am very confident in UFC Baku's safety parlay. And if you want to check that out, go to WeWantPicks.com. You'll unlock every single pick, every single bet, and every single tool. We have a whole suite of tools to help you find your spots. Not everybody wants to copy paste. A lot of people like to be confident in their own picks and their own bets, but you want some tools. You want some advice. You want some information to help you make those decisions. So go to the website. On the website, you'll have access to everything I just mentioned for 4 events, because it's for an entire month and it's only $10. UFC 317 is next week. Right after that, we have the Derek Lewis Fight Night. Right after that, we have UFC 318. And of course, this weekend, we have UFC Baku. Here's a close look at some of those tools. If you like to do tape study, we have a full tape index. Instead of running around the depths of internet hell trying to find the video of these fights, we've got it all lined up, ready to go. Click the little red play button. It'll pop up. We have a tool called the Line Movement Tracker. This will give you the opening odds, current odds, win probability, and line movement for every fighter on every card. This card has 2 different fights where the favorite flip to the underdog. We have a Prop Hunter. This is a curated set of data specifically designed to help you find prop bets and a whole bunch of other things. Check it all out now at WeWantPicks.com. Let's go ahead and talk about the favorites and the dogs that I like on this card. I've got the bets in the next slide. Just take a deep breath and relax. If we're looking at favorites, there's a lot of favorites that I like. This feels like a very favorite-heavy card with a couple of very specific underdogs. Melissa Mullins, as much as you hate to throw a giant lady favorite into any of your bets, the reality is she should win this fight. She already has won this fight that you people love pointing out. It's a rematch. When I do my analysis and my breakdowns, and when I do all that, I don't care about a rematch if there's multiple years in between. If you and I fought in 2019 and now it's 2025, we are very different people. We've improved at different rates. We've learned new things. We have evolved. It's not the same fighters. It's not the same fight. So I don't really put a lot of credit into the first fight in most rematches. In this one, I'm not putting a lot of credit into the first fight. If you do, then Melissa Mullins is the guarantee of the century, because she was losing the striking exchanges, got it to the ground, won there pretty easily. I think this is somewhat similar, but I think Melissa's made a lot of striking improvements. So I think the striking is not going to be as one-sided as it was. And of course, I think Melissa can still get this to the ground whenever we want to. We saw that in her opponent's last fight. Then Oban Elliott. Oban Elliott's a little streaky right now, and it's always nerve-wracking when you get one of these younger guys on a streak, because look what just happened to Umar Sy, that absolute soft-ass baguette-eating nerd dweeb. But Oban Elliott's not that. He's not some soft point fighter that's afraid to engage. He will engage. He's the better striker in this fight. He's the better overall fighter. He should absolutely win this fight. The odds reflect that, but fairly confident there. Nazim Sadikov. Listen, the reality is this is kind of a tough fight. His opponent is good. Nicholas Mata has power. Nicholas Mata is lightning fast. So there are those concerns. But Nazim is such a good, clean striker that he should win this fight. Nazim can also wrestle. We saw that in the Terrence McKinney fight. I think Nazim gets this done. Pretty confident there. And then Modobek Orobai. He's a guy that in the beginning I was like, I'm not as confident in him as maybe his line reflects. There's some concerns there. He got dropped in his last fight. But then the more I look at it, you rewatch that last fight, it's like he did get dropped, but he took a wild beating. So like, yeah, he was a little disoriented, but the reality is that shot might have knocked out most other people. So Modobek is still a phenomenal wrestler. He still has the caveman head, and I think he absolutely wins this fight. His opponent is very dangerous. His opponent has a ton of experience with a bunch of finishes, but Modobek should be able to get it done. If we take a look at some of these solid underdogs, listen, Muhammad Usman kind of sucks at fighting, but his opponent, while having the credentials of an Olympic wrestler, doesn't wrestle, has no cardio, he's small as shit, and Usman is at least big, jacked, or jacked adjacent, and has cardio. So there's not an insane situation here if Muhammad Usman wins this fight. That's not nuts. Plus, his opponent has a little bit of MMA karma coming his way because he got a gift decision in his last fight, or at least a very close one that maybe he should not have gotten. So Muhammad Usman, decent underdog if you're looking at it. I was going to go ahead and place a plus 3.5, but that's minus 200. So I was like, forget it. Let's leave that alone. Ismail Nurdiyev. The reality is I think he can win this fight. I do have him as an underdog. I picked him. He is a good fighter. I don't know why this line is so ridiculous. He is a good fighter. His opponent, the Iron Turtle, is good everywhere, dangerous literally nowhere. He's not a guy that's going to come forward and absolutely, destroy anybody. He'll crank out a win. He'll grind. He'll make stuff happen. He can be taken down. We saw him get taken down 9 times a couple of fights ago. I think Ismail Nurdiyev can absolutely win this fight, and those are nice odds. Bogdangrad. Listen, Bogdangrad is good. Bogdangrad, I did not pick him to win this fight, but I fully recognize that he's a good underdog, especially at these odds. And also, because his opponent, Muhammad Naimov, is not a killer. Muhammad Naimov is perfectly happy coasting to a win, right? He's perfectly happy being a little better. He's perfectly happy being, I'm up 2 rounds. Let me just do a little more of the same. And because of that, you got to give Bogdangrad a little bit of credit and a little bit of leeway because he's a guy that will continue to try to finish a fight, will continue to move forward, will continue to engage. He's not just going to coast on a lead or accept being down a couple of rounds. So Bogdangrad, a decent dog there. I didn't pick him to win, but if we're just looking at dogs at good value. And then the main event, this is now a full-blown pick, a minus 110 on each side. And if you're looking at the main event, if you are confident in one side or the other, then jump on it. I do think Khalil Rountree wins this fight. I think Khalil Rountree, it hits a little faster, hits a little harder, has no problem getting into a dirty, gross, in-the-pocket kind of fight. And we did see some of that from Jamal Hill in his last fight with Jiri, but I don't think that's the fight Jamal Hill wants. Jamal Hill didn't succeed in that fight, and I don't think he wants a dirty, in-the-pocket fight. He wants to use the reach, use the length, stay on the outside. I previously said Jamal Hill has good footwork, and I got 25 comments. No, he doesn't, LOL. Then how did he win the belt? How did he beat Glover Teixeira if it wasn't good footwork? Because that's quite literally what it was. It was excellent footwork, staying on the outside, shucking the takedowns, hitting him, moving. He's got good footwork. So he got knocked out by Alex Pereira, and then he was in an absolute war with Jiri, who's not a human being. So to just immediately discredit any skills he actually has because of 2 credible losses and a wildly, wildly unlikable personality is a little insane. The guy's got good footwork. And to pretend he doesn't, I get it. Nobody likes him because his personality sucks. But we're not just going to ignore the fact that the dude can actually strike a little bit. So whatever side you're on in the main event, let's go ahead and be even money at minus 110 on a traditional sports book, plus 100 at Bet Openly. Plus 100, both sides. So it's literally plus money, both sides of that fight on Bet Openly. Go ahead and check that out. Let's take a look at the actual bets. Here's what I got going on. I have 6 units total on the board. That includes 1 unit for UFC 317 next week. I saw a line early. I liked it. I jumped on it. There's obviously far more coming, but for now, that's what I have on the board. You can check out that UFC 317 bet. You can check out the safety parlay. Just go to WeWantPicks.com. It's $10. And it's not just $10 for this event. It's $10 for an entire month. And I'm pausing for dramatic fashion. I don't think you realize what insane value that is because it's also not just a list of a few bets. I see people, we do 400,000 views a month on a normal month, 500 on a really good month, 300 on a month with a week off and some shit fights. So let's say we do 400,000 views. I cannot expect all 400,000 people to like me. Well, I like me. The kids like me. I know a bunch of you don't. And the people who don't like me want to lash out at premium, right? Paying for picks is fucking stupid. We're not paying for picks, are you? There are picks, but there's an artificial intelligence. There's tools, about 30 different tools. Some of those tools, like the fight simulator, cost $100 a month at sabersim.com. There's an optimizer if you do DraftKings Fantasy. There's a data analyzer, which will allow you to drag and drop, sort data so that you can find prop bets. There are just straight up copy paste bets if that's what you want to do. the amount of tools and insight and information, it is quite literally the greatest value in this space, whether you agree with paying for a service that helps you or not. It's undeniable. You can hate my guts, but let's not be fucking clueless here. I have a couple of parlays going. I got Melissa Mullins, and I parlayed her straight up money line with Modobek Orobai and the Musayev fight over 1.5 rounds. I was surprised to see that round line was 1.5. Modobek's not a finisher, and his opponent is, and his opponent gets finished. I forget his exact record off the top of my head, but basically all but 2 fights ended by finish on win or lose. So I fully understand why the logic is there, but I think this should be a 2.5 round line, and even then I would consider the over. So as a 1.5, the over seemed pretty easy to me. Parlayed that with Melissa Mullins, a confident money line, confident round line, plus money bet. Muhammad Naimov, and then I parlayed that, same exact logic, except the over 2.5 round on the Iron Turtle Nuraev fight. Neither one of them are very dangerous fighters. Neither one. Jung is durable. Nuraev is durable. Jung is not dangerous. Nuraev is not very dangerous. This should be, these are fist fights. Anything can happen, but this should be a decision, and I think Muhammad Naimov wins. So again, a confident money line, a confident round line, slap them together, plus 118. And then I have a parlay with 2 confident money lines. I debated so I had 3 different safety parlay options, and I put it out to the people. All right, I put it in the premium chat in the Discord. The Discord's 100% free. It's not only premium, but we obviously have a couple of rooms there just for premium members. In one of those rooms, I said, hey, I have the choice between this safety parlay, making the Melissa Mullins Orobai fight the safety parlay, or the Tagir Orobai money line, the safety parlay. So I let the people pick. People went with the safety parlay that ultimately I promoted. And some other people said, do Melissa Mullins and Tagir as the safety parlay. And that was another option. I was going to go ahead and place that bet, but I decided not to ultimately because while I am confident in Tagir, I do think he wins. That's why I spent money on it. You will never find me betting on people who I don't think win. Like, I'm not just a value chasing kind of guy. I'm a little worried for Tagir, not for his sake, but his opponent, Azat, is good. Azat Mirzakhanov is good. He's good. He's got striking. He's got grappling. He's got tons of cardio, energy. He's fast. He's slick. I picked Tagir. I bet on Tagir. I think Tagir's going to win because he's too big. I think he can slow the pace. He's a good wrestler, obviously. And we saw Charles Johnson take down Azat. And if Charles Johnson's taking down Azat, not Mirzakhanov, what the hell is his name? Azat, not Bakoyev. What the hell is his name? Hold on while I look this up. Prepared Ange, they call me. Maksum. Azat Maksum. Sorry. Azat Maksum's very good. And if Charles Johnson is taking down Azat Maksum, then Tagir absolutely should be able to take down Azat. So for those reasons, I went with the actual safety parlay that is on the paywall there at WeWantPicks.com, but you do have these other 2 parlays plus money that I was very confident in, almost considered making them the safety parlay. And then I debated, do I just say fuck it? Do I just grab my nuts, put them on the table and ride and say all 3 of these are the safety parlay? But that seems like a cop-out and a bit of a disservice because, you guys want 1 safety parlay. The other bets are there. If you like the other bets, tail them. That's fine. 1 safety parlay. And then I have the Elliott fight, under 2.5 rounds. In all likelihood, if you're really chasing value there, Oban Elliott to win by finish is going to be a good plus money bet, and I think that happens. But Sengyu Ko plants his feet and absolutely hums punches at people. And he hits hard as hell. He's got no movement. He's hittable. He's very stiff. But with all of that lack of movement and stiffness comes insane power. So it's not out of the world that Ko can win this fight by knockout. So for that reason, I just went with under 2.5, and that was a plus money bet as well. And sorry, I know I'm fumbling over my words a little bit here. We had to put our dog down yesterday, so I'm a little out of it. Then we have a couple of other premium bets. So I just gave you my bets. I gave you my opinion. And we talked through a bunch of Angelo stuff. But on premium, obviously all the tools and the artificial intelligence. We also have Jacob giving out bets. We have Artem giving out bets for PFL and those cards. And we have BetSam giving out bets. So BetSam does a slam of the week. It's basically a safety parlay, but it's not always 2 legs. In this case, it actually is a parlay. He put 2 units on it, and it's plus 125. Plus 125, 2 units. If this hits, then good for Sam. Plus money, essentially, let's call it Sam's safety parlay. You can check that out now. Then Jacob's Lock of the Week. He normally films a video and does the whole thing. Jacob is sunning himself. He's in the Dominican on vacation. He's not stateside. So he tweeted the safety, or not safety, he tweeted the lock. Sorry, I told you, the dog has me out of sorts. He tweeted the Lock of the Week. It's free. The Lock of the Week has always been and will always be free. It is free. So it's tweeted for free. I just didn't want to write it here because he took the time to still do a Lock of the Week despite traveling and put it out to the world. So go check it out on Twitter. It costs you nothing to go see that. It's on Twitter. It's a plus 160 bet. He put a half a unit on it, not a full unit. There's another parlay on the board. Melissa Mullins and Irina Alekseeva. That is a lady favorite parlay. Basically even money if you were looking at money lines at minus 110. And then a Melissa Mullins by decision prop bet plus 185. To get a 3-1 female favorite in a prop bet to win by decision at plus 185 is crazy. The only reason the line reflects that is because this is a rematch and she did win by finish the first time. But like I said earlier, that doesn't mean this is going to be the same fight. Her opponent knows what to expect now. Keep this fight standing at all costs. Don't overcommit on the strikes. So this very well could be a decision that Melissa Mullins wins. So it's only a quarter of a unit, 0.25, but that's a nice little prop bet. That's not mine. I think that's Bet Sam's, and that's a nice little prop bet. And Bet Sam has a habit of hitting those very specific outcome prop bets. There's 17 total units on the board right now. 17, a little more than. You can go ahead and check those out at WeWantPicks.com. You'll also see the safety parlay there. The safety parlay has hit 8 of the last 10. That's an 80% win rate in the last 10 UFC events. That is unbelievable. This year has been wild. We'll get a card that's all favorites. We'll get a card that's all dogs. We have more minus 700 favorites losing this year than any other year in the history of the UFC. So, to put a parlay on the board every single week, sometimes plus money, sometimes even money, sometimes a little juice. It all depends on the card. But to put a parlay like that on the board, week in and week out, and hit 8 of 10 is crazy. Check it out now, WeWantPicks.com. I opened up this entire thing with a slide that showed dogs and favorites and their odds. Bet Openly has better odds every single time. If you give a shit about odds and value, Bet Openly every single time will have better odds on both sides, on the favorite side and the dog side. If you don't care about that, my marketing strategy for Bet Openly, I'm not in charge of that company, but if I was, would be all about betting other people that you disagree with. You've seen the comment sections of this video and every other video in this space. What is it? People swinging their dicks around. You're an idiot. You're stupid. 2 seconds after a fight ends, they go back to a comment. They couldn't wait. They go back to a comment from 4 days earlier. LOL, how'd that work out for you? You could solve all of those arguments with Bet Openly. Bet Openly is me betting you. It's person to person. You go to the website, you create a bet, and then you send somebody a link. You can post a link in a comment section. You could DM somebody a link. And then it's like, hey, you think so-and-so wins. I'm on the others. You're calling me names. I'm calling you names. Let's actually bet. Make it $5. Who gives a shit? Make it $1,000. I don't care. But Bet Openly is the greatest way to solve arguments in the betting space that has ever existed because you quite literally bet another person and they keep you honest. No random like Venmo me. None of that sneaky bullshit. And if they don't take the bet, you can clown them for not taking the bet after we're running your mouth. You won't take the bet. And if they do take a bet, well, then whoever wins can run their mouth and whoever loses, it is what it is. And it was all fair and square. Check it out now. WeWantPicks.com/BetOpenly or just go to BetOpenly.com. And finally, while Bet Openly is not a sportsbook, right? It's peer-to-peer, person-to-person betting. We do have sportsbook affiliates. And you can go to WeWantPicks.com/bets. Use any of the links that will link out to a sportsbook affiliate. Create an account with them. We'll get paid commission. And then we'll send you $50 as a thank you, right? Part of the commission. WeWantPicks.com/bets. You sign up, you make a deposit. We'll send you $50 as a thank you. Guys, good luck this week. It's an early fight card. So hopefully giving you this video a little earlier will help everybody out. I'm looking forward to it. And then I'm looking forward to UFC 317 next week.